Thinking about opening your own business? Hop on and hold tight.
It's been a hell of a ride in a short period of time.
Coming up, this Sacramento woman brings a unique flair to a vintage motorcycle repair shop. Discover the story behind a multi-generational family florist that's been part of Sacramento for over 70 years. A former state worker finds a good fit making custom shoes. And meet an entrepreneur who started with a single taco stand and is now enjoying the American dream.
It's amazing what the power of a little taco can do. Beautiful, beautiful.
It's all next on Yes, We're Open.
Yes, We're Open is made possible by...
At SAFE, we've gotten pretty good at helping our community grow. After all, we've been doing it since 1940. And if your small business is ready to blossom, we can help you too. Get your business growing and change the way you bank at safecu.org.
Welcome to Chando's Tacos. How may I help you?
I want people's tummies to smile. That's my goal. Because if your tummy smiles, then you smile. I get butterflies, man, when people bite into a mulita or a burrito and they nod that head like, yep, that's what's up. That's rewarding.
For many locals, Lisandro Madrigal's nickname has become synonymous with tacos.
Beautiful, beautiful. Chando's Tacos is Tijuana-style tacos. You know, one of the things that I focus on is keeping the integrity of Mexican cuisine. Use the best ingredients, the freshest ingredients, and give people the experience of Mexico and have it in their own backyard here in Sacramento.
What started out as a single food stand has become a kind of taco empire around Sacramento.
The Chando's brand has 5 physical locations, 4 Chando's Tacos locations, and 1 Chando's Cantina location. In addition to that, we also have 3 food trucks, and we're continuing what fueled this business. We're huge on catering still. I don't think about the success, but there's times where it blindsides me and I show up to like my West Sac location and I see everything that's going on.
Una mulita, por favor.
And I see like everybody moving around like little ants. And I'm like, holy smokes, this is like really happening. And I get emotional. A lot of this is a tribute to all my family's hard work and just the dream of that American lifestyle, man, that American dream. So how's lunch, guys?
Good.
Yeah?
Lisandro has come a long way from his humble beginnings. Born in Yuba City, he's the 7th of 8 children. His parents arrived in California from southern Mexico.
My parents were migrant workers, and so we followed crops. It would be my mom, my dad, my sister, my brothers, and we would all work as a family. We'd start here in the Stockton-Lodi area, and we would follow the crops all the way up to Montana. We were on the go all the time. And so I kind of got used to that life of not being in one particular location. It was tough as a kid. I grew up quick.
When Lisandro turned 15, his father returned to Tijuana, and Lisandro joined him. There, his father opened a tortilla factory and let his teenage son manage it.
It was a lot of fun, and I think that's kind of where I got my work ethic.
Years later, Lisandro came back to the U.S. He landed a job at Apple Computer in their sales department.
Although I was working for the most reputable company in the world, I didn't feel like I was going to get any farther than where I was at Apple.
It was the unexpected death of his father in 2007 that would ultimately inspire Lisandro's decision to leave Apple and, like his father, pursue a bigger dream.
During that time, I kind of analyzed life. I'm like, you know, life is tough. You're here, you're brought into this world, and all you do is work, 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 and then the next thing you know, you're gone, right? And you only have a certain amount of time to kind of leave a mark. What did I want to do? I don't know. I really didn't know. So what I did is I bought a motorcycle, I took 2 months off, and I just rode. And so I thought of this idea of catering in people's backyard. How did this happen? Well, we would have potlucks at work, right? And I would always whip up, some food. And the first thing that would be gone would be my food. So I knew people really liked it.
He decided to start his own catering service. Within 2 years, he created a name for himself, and he felt the time was right to take his business one step further.
I knew that I needed to find a hub, a place to do business out of, and a place where I could point my customers to.
He found what he was seeking on Craigslist.
I crunched numbers in my head so I could make it work.
He, along with his family, transformed a dilapidated burger joint into what is now the Chando's Taco Stand on Arden Way.
We opened up Chando's Tacos June 12th of 2010, and the rest is history. The fire I have is from my dad. I have one goal in mind, is just waking up every day and doing my best. And this is a result of that. I've got all these ideas and all these dreams that are happening in front of me, and I'm lost for words and emotions, and I just kind of shed tears every now and again. But I really firmly believe, man, that someone's looking after us big time. It's amazing what the power of a little taco can do. It's, man.
I've been told that I'm an old soul pretty much my whole life. I play in a bocce league with 70-year-old Italian guys.
All right, you're up.
I like listening to old jazz. And I make shoes.
Benjamin Schwartz makes shoes to order, by hand, one pair at a time.
We really specialize in more high-end casual, so something that you could wear every day. The idea is we spend a lot of money on our dress shoes and then we go out in flip-flops. And so the quality isn't really the same in our everyday shoes. I feel like shoes are something that you notice when you talk to somebody or when you first meet somebody, and I think shoes are one of those things that you can't get away with easily. If you get the $20 pair of shoes, people know.
Customers choose the style, color, and materials of their shoes. They can also see firsthand every step of the shoemaking process at the shop.
That's really cool.
While there, you will most likely be greeted by Benjamin's dog, Jackson.
At a whopping 5 pounds, he can be really intimidating.
And you can meet Benjamin's business partner, Samuel Parkinson, who will be working away at the shoes alongside Benjamin.
My role at Benjamin's is I'm head of design and pattern maker. I consider my hands Swiss Army knives, scissors, needles, knives, corkscrews, whatever you want, I can do it with my hands. Benjamin and I make such a good team just because we both have our very specific skills and talents. I'm very casual. I'm more streetwear style. Benjamin is more kind of classic menswear style. So we come together and make something in between that kind of perfectly. It's a beautiful marriage.
Shoemaking is a far cry from Benjamin's previous career as a state worker.
And for me, I think just the idea of sitting at a desk for 30 years was just, I don't know, it was scary to me. And so I'd also always wanted to run my own business, and there was this opportunity there, and I thought if I don't do it now and take the risk now, then I'm probably not going to later.
He had a yearning to get back to his creative roots.
Growing up, I'd always done a lot of drawing, and I studied film in school and then did photography.
So, how did his journey lead to shoes?
I think it was kind of this combination of being interested in style and then also trying to find a creative outlet.
While Benjamin was working at the state, he began teaching himself shoemaking on the side.
I did some research and I found a textbook about shoemaking, and then I talked to a couple of shoe repairmen in town and asked them about shoemaking, and I think they thought I was nuts. They're like, shoemaking is totally different from repairing shoes, but, you know, like, good luck.
Before long, he learned the ways of shoemaking and discovered his own style of shoe. In September 2014, he launched a website and started selling his shoes online. A year later, he felt it was time to take the leap of faith.
I left, I cashed out my pension, I sold my car. It was pretty terrifying, to be honest, but I think it was exciting.
He opened a shop in May 2015.
We immediately got some really great press, which was great. And we had a huge amount of people walking in and ordering shoes. Did you see the sign? Okay, cool, yeah. And so pretty early on, we became a little concerned about just keeping up with demand. You know, our waiting list grew to about a year, but we have been slowly catching up over the last couple of years. Now, if somebody orders a pair of shoes today, we tell them 4 months.
For Benjamin, it's much more about quality than quantity. And it seems like customers are completely fine with that.
On the whole, people have been very understanding, very supportive, willing to wait. Now that we've been here a while, we're starting to run into people around town wearing our shoes, which is crazy, you know? It's like, I made those. The other thing too is, like, we have customers that run into other customers at events and stuff, and they're like, Benjamin's? I'm like, oh yeah, so I recognize one. Like, that's cool, that means we're doing something right.
Being a shoemaker has turned out to be a good fit for this old soul.
Speaking of famous Benjamins, we all know Benjamin Franklin as one of our nation's founding fathers. But did you know he was also a diplomat, a scientist, and an entrepreneur? His first success came from publishing a best-selling newspaper, an almanac. Franklin also invented the first bifocal glasses, an odometer for horse-drawn carriages, and a new kind of wood-burning stove. He advanced the study of electricity and the printing industry. It's no wonder he's considered to be America's original entrepreneur, providing examples we can all still learn from even today.
I have a business that I work in with beauty. We're helping people express their feelings with flowers. Every emotion there is, whether it's life or death, love, graduations, anything that people feel, we're involved in. I'm Jim Rellis, president of Rellis Florist. Rellis Florist has been in business for 70 years. It was founded by my father, Ross Rellis Sr., in October 1946. Sacramento has always been home, and it's been wonderful to our family.
From the beginning, it's been a family affair. All of Ross Sr.'s kids worked in the flower shop at one time or another. Today, Jim carries on his father's legacy. He runs the business with help from his sister, Joanne. There's also a third generation working in the shop, Jim's kids, Alicia and Colby. Alicia takes care of the social media and marketing side, while Colby helps his father order and purchase the flowers. He also oversees deliveries.
In most cases, we're just getting it from these local guys. We just get one pack.
Okay.
Okay.
Working with my father can be trying at times. You know, we sometimes don't see eye to eye on things, but, you know, he's been working at this business for 50 years, so he knows a lot more than I do, and sometimes I just need to, you know, stop, shut my mouth.
That's probably about what we're getting today.
Yeah.
This supplier And then Nevi.
I do admire my dad. You know, he still works 12 hours to 16 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. And that was hard, you know, not having him at home as much as a kid, but it also gave me incredible respect for his work ethic.
No way. I'm 70 years old. I want to start slowing down and let them run the business, the day-to-day operation.
Hey Colby, are we getting any tulips today?
Yeah, we should be getting some this afternoon.
Okay, and are there any lilies with that?
This
is a very unique beast in terms of the way it works. And there are so many parts that are, you know, instinct to my dad, but for both my brother and I are things that we'll have to learn and take on.
It's not going to be easy to keep it going. I think Colby and Alicia both know they've got to really step it up and take the bull by its horns. So that's what I'm trying to instill in them.
Stepping it up is something Jim had to learn almost overnight when the family's foundation was shaken to its core on January 15th, 1972.
I was with my father in the shop on a Saturday, and he had a massive heart attack. He died. We had 1 month before Valentine's Day, the biggest flower day of the floral industry. What are we going to do?
The family was suddenly faced with the tough choice of what to do with their father's business.
If you're in a business, you grieve, but then you got to move forward.
It was decided Jim and his older brother Tom would take over the reins.
We had some knowledge of what to do, but now the learning is going to begin. Every family member came in and helped us, and we all pitched in, and we got through Valentine's. We changed our lives a lot, but maybe this all goes back to the family. That family is so important to us. We had this great opportunity also to expand it and to keep the business going. As challenging as it is, I'm really having a lot of fun. Some people say, well, you're nuts, Jim. Why are you doing all this? Why are you working so hard? Well, I have to say, I enjoy it. I guess I enjoy a challenge.
For the Rellises, holidays continue to be the busiest and most challenging time of year.
Hi, Jim.
Okay.
Thank you
very
very
good.
much.
You only have one chance, and you don't want to screw it up.
It's a team effort between Jim's family and their staff.
So good morning, everybody. Today, historically, is our busiest day with people calling. We have a real core bunch of people that have been with us for a long time. They're very important to running this business.
Thank you for calling Alice Florist.
On this Mother's Day, orders are taken,
Thank you for calling Alice Florist. This is Ben.
flowers are processed, bouquets are assembled, and deliveries go out.
Everybody has to work together, and everybody has to do their best for the consumer, because that's what the business is all about, is, you know, helping your customer and being there for them when they need you. "70 years is a lot of generations. We did the flowers for the grandparents, we did the flowers for the parents, and now we're doing the flowers for the children. It's priceless. We've had customers come back and tell us, oh, your dad, you know, did our wedding. And your dad did the flowers for my parents. Hopefully we can pass that on to my kids, and they can say that somebody someday, 50 years from now, can say, gee, I remember when, you know, your dad did my parents' wedding flowers. That would be wonderful for me.
The thing I care the most about is this brand and this business. And, you know, I hope to be taking it to the next step with the third generation.
I want to immerse myself in this business and do everything I can to make it successful for another 70 years.
For now, Jim will keep opening the shop each morning like he's been doing since his father's passing.
Many people that grew up with him, I remember So many of them coming in and saying, your dad would be so proud of what you guys have done here and how successful you've been. It's just beyond words, really. I mean, it's just so wonderful. It's a really great feeling.
So just how many people own their own businesses worldwide? A, 80 million, B, 200 million, or C, 400 million? The answer is C. Out of 7 billion people worldwide, 400 million are entrepreneurs. That's 1 in every 18 people who own their own business.
Riding a motorcycle forces you to clear your mind because you're focused on the ride. I'm not gonna lie, when you kick that throttle up a notch, it's awesome. It is a true sense of freedom. It's just you and the machine. I'm Shasta Smith, and I own the Vintage Monkey. We house a lot of different entities in the building, and one of the biggest entities is we hold a niche in servicing classic motorcycles. I call it a motorcycle repair shop that is on a completely different level. People come through here and they get to see that reflection of my design past and bringing that to life here in the building, and also seeing the love of motorcycles and how we cultivate the motorcycle culture. Classic motorcycles are a hot commodity right now, but providing people with a service to restore something that's classic for parts that don't exist anymore or for machines that are ultra rare, our service is very niche. Once it becomes a late model motorcycle, that's where my shop comes into play, because we take a lot of these motorcycles that people don't want to deal with. And it kind of makes me sad in a way, because some people come in and they're actually a little bewildered because they have a motorcycle that they love, it's not working, and no one else wants to work on it until they finally find us.
Do you actually know what's wrong with it and what it needs to get it running? Yeah, so he gave it to me.
There's 2 types of customers. There is I call it the basic service. Some people just need a tire change, an oil change, or a simple tune-up, all the way to very complex mechanical restorations. Some people have motorcycles that maybe aesthetically look beautiful, but the engine is just in dire need of repair.
Nowadays, Shasta rarely has time to pick up a wrench and get her hands dirty. She leaves that to Dennis, her service shop manager, and his team of mechanics.
Anybody who's a business person knows that once you go through a business expansion, it starts to pull you away from what you once did. So I have master mechanics working on these motorcycles, which is exactly the way it should be, because I need to be running my business now.
So we're here. What about here?
So this is done. This needs to be started.
A lot of people asked if Sacramento was the right location for this to happen. And I actually sat back and thought, wow, should I be rethinking this? What if I don't survive because my city doesn't support me? And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna stay. And it was said to me, you know, Shasta, if you build it, they'll come. They come. And they come from afar. Good. 50% of all of our visitors and our customers are not from Sacramento, which means I'm fulfilling a business model that is a destination location.
It's a place where you can come and hang out, and you can connect with the people here, and talking with Shasta is always a joy. I love coming here, and she's always willing to just hang out and give me advice on anything.
I come by the shop quite often. I consider myself a regular here. At least they do.
They want to be in the environment. There's something to look around and look at in every corner of the building. It's a great way to provide a visual escape for people.
visitors can feast their eyes on an extensive display of vintage motorcycles. Or talk shop at a massive circular bar which was designed and constructed by Shasta.
I have a background in interior architecture. I've had that career for many years, and I phased that career out to expand the Vintage Monkey. The evolution of Vintage Monkey started with motorcycle design, and I got to implement those different techniques and features on motorcycles, and then that is what cultivated into what Vintage Monkey is today.
Shasta has successfully merged two of her biggest passions in life: her love of design and her love of these machines.
I'm very happy with where I am in my life right now. How many people in our short lifetime get to say, I tried it, I gave it a try? The only people that get in our way is ourselves. Once we get out of our own way, it's amazing what kind of doors open up.
Yes, We're Open is made possible by...
At SAFE, we've gotten pretty good at helping our community grow. After all, we've been doing it since 1940. And if your small business is ready to blossom, we can help you too. Get your business growing and change the way you bank at safecu.org.